Mary Edoro is a digital innovation strategist and media executive. As Chief of Staff and Head of Strategy at BellaNaija, she leads high-impact projects with global partners like Google and the Gates Foundation, a Harvard Business School alumna. She is passionate about using media and technology to empower the next generation of African leaders.
One more time, can we give a round of applause for our amazing speakers? You can see it's such a beautiful and diverse panel that we're having here today, and I'm really so excited to dive into the conversation of, stories that travel, winning audiences across platforms. And it's so good to see that we have an actor, a content creator, the Chief of Strategy, BellaNaija. So we have both written and both visual type of content here today. All right. I love it. All right, Mary. Hi.
Hi.
Don't worry, you're not so far away, okay? So let's talk about, editorials. What are the key editorial and strategic approaches you use to successfully keep audiences consistently engaged and loyal across BellaNaija's wide spectrum of content categories? Now, I'm asking this because, there is always this talk that people say Nigerians don't read. If you want anything, maybe put it in pictures. They don't read newspapers anymore, so visual storytelling is the better way to go about it. But BellaNaija has stayed consistent. The community keeps growing, and we're still doing editorials. So can you just, tell us how you've been able to consistently engage the crowd and the community?
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. I know I am not a mega influencer like our key people. My name is Mary Edoro, and I am the Chief of Staff and Head of Strategy at BellaNaija. For people who may not know, BellaNaija is one of Africa's leading tech-driven media platforms. And we've been in existence for almost 20 years, actually. So this is such right-on question. I think two things that have helped us over the years is, one, trust. For people who follow the platform, you trust that you are going to get credible information on the BellaNaija platform. You trust that you're not going to see unconfirmed gossip. You trust that you're not going to see negative comments. You trust the content that we create and put out there. And so, because of that trust, we've been able to build a community of people in Lagos, in Akure, in Kano, in Ghana, in South Africa, etc. And our community demands us to be very transparent and relatable. And that's what we've tried to do. Whether we're spotlighting Ibibio weddings or we're spotlighting fashion from Canada, we want all our audience, every part of our audience, to see a reflection of themselves on our platform. So that's the first strategy, quote and unquote, I think that we use. The second strategy is relevance. So with the media landscape, things are always changing. Trends come and go. Today it's this hashtag on TikTok. Tomorrow is pass the cup on Instagram. Tomorrow is Facebook. There's so many trends. And over 20 years, what we've seen is there's no one platform that is the ultimate. When we first started, it was blogs. So on the blogs, we had a huge community that used to come, comment. They would even have their little arguments in the comment section on the website. But today, rarely do people go to websites to start to comment. So we're very strong or very keen on watching audience behavior and seeing where the best next thing is. That's not to say we're always hopping from platform to platform. I think what we do is very data-driven, very conscious, very strategic to ensure that we're not missing out of any generation or demographic. So I remember when TikTok first started, and we literally had a whole meeting, everyone. We had a whole meeting to discuss TikTok because it was a new terrain. We had Facebook, we had Instagram, we had Clubhouse. Yeah, we had Twitter. And then TikTok came and it's like, oh my God, what next? And me, honestly, I was already going out of that fun generation. So I was like, oh my God, I don't know. So we turned to our Gen Z team members and we asked, okay, what do you think? And they were the ones who gave us the insights onto, okay, these are the benefits of TikTok. It humanizes the brand. It adds a personal touch to it. So we're very conscious of these things. So I'll say those two things are key strategies that we employ: trust and relevance.
Thank you very much. I think that was very detailed. Trust and relevance. Thank you very much for that, Mary. And now it's still tied to, the algorithm as well, Mary. And we're talking, content, we're talking visual. But now let's come to the written side of things. Let's talk about, how people say attention spans are shrinking. As a matter of fact, they say if you cannot grab the attention of anyone in the first 5 seconds, that's it, that's over. And that's why even ads on YouTube, they say 5 seconds skip. So let's talk about how the attention spans are shrinking and how BellaNaija has successfully maintained and grown its massive audience loyalty for a decade, more than a decade, like you said, making it a reliable daily destination.
Okay. I'll piggyback off what Idia said. Shout out to our Gen Z team members, younger sisters, because they've guided we millennials through a very tough terrain, honestly, because it has been rough. The past, I would say 6 years, we came from a different vibe of Facebook. It was simpler. If you put up one picture, there was this filter on Facebook. If you use that filter, you're fine, you're good. But the next thing, TikTok came, Reels came, I was lost. So Snapchat came and then it went away. Then Snapchat became cool again. Gen Zs, well done. So anyway, I think for us, it's like she said, keeping your circle fresh. I would try to be as fast as possible, and I'll say 3 major things. One is consistency in quality. We always try to make sure that whatever we put out there is of the best quality, whether it's from the credibility angle or from the look and feel. We have done a lot of projects, a lot of events, a lot of campaigns, and one thing that stands out always is just the excellent execution and the quality with which we deliver what we do. The second one is humanity in storytelling. So what we've tried to do, and not to shade content creators, but for platforms such as BN, it's harder to humanize the brand because you have how many people working on the team. So when you try to humanize the brand with, this particular group of people or age group, you are cutting out a whole other group of people from a different age group, etc. But with influencers or content creators, it's just you. And so you can showcase your personality and, the people who love it would buy into what you're selling. So for us, we've tried a lot of different tactics when it comes to humanizing our brand. We've tried to put a lot of people, putting a lot of people in your face, in our audience's face. So, some of our team members doing a lot of human-facing interactions on the team. We've tried with our editorials, where we've written different types of opinion pieces, stories, etc., that reflect lived realities in Nigeria, in Africa, things such as black tax, things such as, endometriosis, things that the average Nigerian or African faces. So the last thing I would also say is just being the first, telling the stories of the unsung heroes. So I think that has helped us a lot. Being able to spot talent even before they go viral. Emmy Casbit was here just now, and I remember when I used to work in editorial, when I used to write on the style team, I stumbled across Emmy Casbit's work, and I just knew that he was incredible. And so this was even before Theresa May wore his outfit, before Sanwo-Olu, before all of that. And we had an interview with Emmy, and it really did really well. And I think, if he remembers, because he's big now, but I think, that was something that was great with the work that we do, was to be able to spot the people who are just starting off and go with them through their careers, through their journeys, and show them that support. Oftentimes, people reach out like, oh, how much is it to feature this lookbook or feature this story? And when I say it's actually free, people are shocked. The truth is a lot of the things that we do, but give us your money, please. But a lot of things that we do are actually free. You can put up a lot of content on the BN website for free. But a lot of people don't know that. But we love to be part of that story. We love to be part of that journey for creators, for founders, for innovators, and game changers in Africa.
Thank you very much. I think that deserves a round of applause, to be honest. If there's anything I know I'm going home with, is humanizing the brand, regardless of whatever brand it is. You know, on one of the fireside chats, we talked about, you know, the emotional currency, building emotional loyalty, regardless of the brand, whether personal, whether a company brand. People want to know that it's human enough and that you are not just numbers to them. I love that. Finally, Mary, let's come to you. Now, social media is where cultural trends are born and amplified. How can brands effectively turn social engagement, likes, shares, user-generated content into quantifiable cultural currency that drives loyalty? So, like, what technological or structural changes are needed to directly reward users for contributing to the brand's cultural relevance?
I would say it ties into all of what I've said today. Definitely being true or staying true to our core, which is inspiration, creativity, and excellence. So those are the things we always push forward, whether we're working on a digital campaign or we're working on an event or we're working on a giveaway, anything pretty much. Those are the three things that we keep in mind: to be inspiring, to promote creativity, and to do all of that very excellently. In terms of giving back to our audience, I think something that we do really well is to listen. People don't know, but we are ardent comment watchers on the team. What that means is when we post something, the team is watching the comments and they want to ensure that we're filtering all of the negativity, we're filtering all of the bad vibes, and we're keeping everything light and positive and happy. So I think that's something that we do that our audience trusts us for. I think access as well is very important. We were one of the first media houses who started to do live event coverages, digital live event coverages.
Yeah.
Previously it was, you know, in magazines or on TV. We had the BC Olatilo shows, etc. But in terms of actually monetizing live coverages on digital media, we were one of the first. And that's because of the increased demand of our audience to consume that type of content. So we actively listen to our audience. We want them to know that they can trust us. We're your guys, you know. We listen to you, we hear you. I'll say that. Thank you.
I love that. Thank you so much. A round of applause for our amazing speakers. Come on. Now it's time for the rapid fire questions. Are you ready? We need you to hold your mics because this is rapid fire. Are you ready?
Yes.
All right. So we're going to start with Elo, Idia, Mary. So very fast, very rapid. Okay. Which media platform are you most loyal to and why?
Instagram, because Instagram. I don't know.
Instagram because Instagram. Idia.
Yes.
What media platform are you loyal to?
Instagram because Instagram is a compilation of everything.
I like that. A compilation of everything. Mary.
LinkedIn currently. I'm in my corporate body era, so I love LinkedIn right now.
I love that. Okay. Next question. Content or community? What keeps audiences coming back?
Content.
Realness, authenticity.
I think content brings them in, and then the community makes audiences stay. So content.
I like that. It retains them. You go nowhere. All right. Elo, aside you, name a content creator who never disappoints.
Silly talker.
Tomike.
Elo and Idia, I'm biased.
I love that, Elo and Idia. All right, finally, what would make you stop following a brand?
If they do something extremely controversial or that's not family friendly or kid friendly.
All
I
right.
stop following a brand if they use their business page to troll people.
Troll people.
If a CEO wishes herself happy birthday on her business page,
Okay, that's very funny, very weird. But anyway, once again, a round of applause for our amazing speakers. We have come to the end of this panel session. It was absolutely engaging and exciting. Please rise so that we can take pictures. Thank you so much. All right.